Hello, my name is Marquisha Waller, and I'll be speaking, I interviewed my grandfather, born in Sawyerville, Alabama. He was born on May 14th, 1930. He's 83 years of age. His name is William Elder Waller. He identifies himself as an African American. He has one brother and two sisters. While interviewing my grandfather, I asked him several questions about segregation in the South while he was living there in Alabama. I asked him about the schools, were they segregated, non-segregated, about the community he lived in. Just asked him a lot of questions. I basically sat and just let him kind of tell me what he wanted to tell me about his experience living in the South during segregation. And then after that, I just went ahead and started asking many questions that I, wanted to know, wanted him to answer. So my grandfather said that although he was born in Sawyerville, Alabama, his parents moved him and his siblings to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where there was segregation, of course. He said when he did go to school, him and his siblings, it was very much so segregated. So all of his friends and playmates were African American as well. He said that he didn't socialize with Caucasians at all. He said that he was brought up, to kind of, be afraid, but not afraid of the Caucasian or white race itself, but just by, what outcomes there could have been. They could say, they could basically lie and make up things and say that he did this, he said that, when he really didn't. So he didn't really want to involve himself with that, with, whites. I asked my grandfather how was the community that he lived in while living in Alabama. His community, he said, was considered poor, lower class, poor people. They lived in a single family home. His mother she didn't work. His father did. His father was the actual breadwinner, working to take care of the family. I asked my grandfather, what is some things or something that you would like other cultures to know about your culture. He stated that for so long, African Americans had a stereotype of being ignorant, non-successful, and he just wanted other religions to know that there are some successful black individuals. Not all African Americans are ignorant, and also just to be open-minded and to be respectful of his culture and his beliefs. My grandfather said that he was able to escape segregation when his parents moved to Los Angeles, and he later joined the Army in 1951, which was the Korean War. He served in the Army for about 3 years. He never participated in any events that ended segregation. What else? Basically, that was about it as far as the questioning. What I learned while interviewing my grandfather is the importance of getting an education to create a better life for myself and my family, my son, take advantage of the freedom of speech, freedom to learn and go as far as you want in life, period. What else I could say? My grandfather is older, so a lot of the questions that I had asked, he stated that he couldn't remember. So the interview for me while interviewing my grandfather was a bittersweet situation. It was bitter because of the things he said that he'd seen, experienced, while living in the South during segregation. It was sweet because I have him still here to kind of tell me what he did remember as growing up as a kid in the South. So I would say this interview process was a very great experience for me, as well as I believe it was for him, just because I don't think he'd ever had one of his grandchildren, sit down and ask him about his experience growing up in the South during segregation. So, yeah, it was a great experience. So that will end my presentation. Thank you so much. Have a good night.